Nice to meet you once again, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to another session of our news online on your Pan-African television, Afrique Media. We kick off this day's edition with the official webpage of Equatorial Guinea and of party of the Conference of Community Leaders with Dina and Ikonsa. The country's cultural center in Malabo was the splendid stage of the African delegates participating in the conference to say goodbye. A gala dinner celebrated in the Great Courtyard, along with a concert of Senegalese music, formed the perfect environment of the farewell. The gala dinner was attended by the nation's leading figures of the delegations participating in the conference of both the African American part as well as several African countries. We continue. Moreover, in Guinea, the President of the Republic, Head of State, His Excellency Obiang Nguema, sent a message of congratulations to his counterpart, Michael Shilufya Sata, President of Zambia, congratulating him on the 48th anniversary of the independence of his country. Mr. Obiang, however, used the golden opportunity to express his desire to strengthen the excellent relationship of the friendship and cooperation between the two nations. We move over to Ghana's official webpage. Official webpage says that the Precious Mineral Marketing Commission's PMMC Limited will by July 2013 establish a gold refinery to enable the commission add value and fetch higher dividends from gold produced with daily commercial refining capacities of 10 kilograms. Mr. Ruben Dako Dapti, Managing Director of the PMMC, reported recently that the operation of the refinery will cost $3.5 million and it will help in putting to an end the gold scamming business being perpetrated in some African countries. He was speaking to journalists at the end of a short ceremony organized by the PMMC to welcome the delegation from the Zambia Consolidation Copper Mine Limited to learn from the best practices of Ghana's small-scale mining industry. Mr. Damti added that the management was in the process of establishing a laser cutting system for complicated and bigger diamond by November 2013 at an expected cost of $500,000. Moreover, in Ghana's official webpage, youth to engage for presidential candidates. Amalgamation in the nation of the youth group has fixed October 30 to November 1st for young people to engage with the 4 presidential candidates contesting the 2012 elections. The event, which is said to be organized on general theme Voice of the Youth, seeks to increase attention and investment in critical youth issues in the country's development agenda. President John Dramani Mahama, presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, along with Dr. Michael Abu Sakara Foster, presidential candidate of the Convention People's Party, Nana Abdou Dankwa, presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, and Mr. Hassan Ayariga, presidential candidate of the People's National Convention, will be engaged on October 30 for the event and will appear on October 31st. We move over to Chad's official webpage. A feast was offered on October 22 by the district Njari President Idris Deby Itno, founding president of the PMS activists who participated in the 5th Ordinary Congress of the party. The founding president of the Patriotic Movement of Salvation, Idris Deby Itno, accompanied by the honorary president of the OFMPS, Mrs. Hinda Deby Itno, reportedly made the party greater by their admirable presence. The banquet was attended by the president of the Central African, Francois Bozizé, honorable guests at the event. Complemented by modern bands and traditional leaders, the event was richly organized with full events and emotions. Moreover, in Chad's official webpage, visits of the head of state in the Ministry of Finance. The President of the Republic, Idris Deby Itno, visited on October 22 the construction site of the future offices of the Ministry of Finance. President Itno has initiated major projects. He personally monitors and controls for effective enforcement. It is in this context that the head of state visited Monday afternoon on the future site of the headquarters of the Ministry of Finance buildings behind the Economic, Social and Cultural Development. It is a building that will comprise 10 levels, including a basement for private and public cars parking, a reception area, 4 wings and central core buildings with elevators, 700 offices, and a conference room of nearly 800 places, therein a restaurant and a cafeteria. The execution of the construction of this architectural jewelry is entrusted to Sogea Satom CFE, funded by the Chadian government for 56 billion francs CFA. The building will be delivered after three years, starting from April 2012. We move over to South Sudan's official webpage. His Excellency Key received the credentials of Sudan and 4 other ambassadors. The President of the Republic, His Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, last week on October 17, in a special ceremony conducted at the State House in Juba, received the credentials of Dr. Mutrif Sedik as an extraordinary ambassador of the Republic of Sudan to the Republic of South Sudan. Dr. Sadiq expressed the pleasure of being the first Sudanese ambassador appointed to the new state, saying that his appointment as an ambassador to that side of the country is to strengthen opportunities of bilateral cooperation between the 2 neighboring countries, adding that his appointment will contribute a lot in working side by side with South Sudan towards the implementation of the cooperation agreement signed recently in Addis Ababa, which will also contribute in the flourishing of the 2 nations. We go over to Nigeria's official webpage. The nation's envoy reports the adoption of world-class technologies key to the country's food security. For Nigeria to achieve its goal of transforming agriculture as a business and feed its teeming population from the profession, it needs to adopt technologies that are tested and tried in leading countries of the world. Nigerian ambassador to America, Prof. Ade Adefuye, who said this at a recent agricultural biotechnology tour of the United States, stressed that food security was essential to moving Nigeria to the League of Developed Nations in the next 8 years. He joined in the call of President Goodluck Jonathan to sign the National Biosafety Bill as a deliberate statement of seriousness on its agricultural transformation agenda. He cited the case of the United States, a nation he said had done so well attaining food security using biotechnology. We go further to Congo's official webpage. The nation's ready to contribute to the acceleration of sustainable forest management. The Congolese Minister of Forest, Economic and Sustainable Development, Henry Jombo, said his country was ready to contribute to the acceleration of international for the sustainable management of tropical forests. Jombo spoke on October 21 in Brazzaville, the opening session of the 13th Committee Participant Fund Forest Carbon Partnership Facility, saying that the nation knows that climate change threatens the planet dangerously, and together they must act responsibly and in a spirit of solidarity to build a respectful world worthy of nature and men, a world which advances in development without being put at risk the existence of a future generation. We end this edition with the Gabon's official webpage. The President of the Gabonese Republic and Head of State, His Excellency Ali Bongo Ondimba, spoke on Monday, 22 October, before the World Energy Forum, which opened in Dubai under the patronage of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE. Before a gathering of heads of state and government leaders, international renowned researchers, opinion leaders, and top employers, the Gabonese president delivered an inspiring speech showing his commitment to African energy security and the aim of achieving universal access to energy by 2030, as championed by the United Nations. The General Assembly of the United Nations proclaimed the year 2012 the International Year of Sustainable Energy for All, demonstrating an understanding of the full extent of the challenges of the time and the energy requirements. Ali Bongo Ondimba was keen to stress how investment in the energy sector is a key point of the emerging Gabon's vision. This is the end of this edition, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for listening, and please stay connected to the Pan-African's television programs. We keep in touch.